Please be seated. Ruchim Habayim B'Shem Adonai. Welcome everyone. I'm Rabbi Sam Rose, and it's my honor and privilege to be here this afternoon to officiate over this joyous occasion, the marriage between Julie Osofsky and Matthew McCandless. Matthew and Julie, we are all here today because of you. We have come to celebrate with you and to rejoice in the loving spirit that you create when you're together. We hope that in the home you create together that there will be peace, great joy, and much courage. May you find the courage to affirm one another and in gentle trust to unfold to each other your deepest selves, your strengths and your vulnerabilities, your yearnings, your pains, and your most tender love. We pray for you as well. We who care for you pray that you may be granted a generous measure of blessing. In the years opening up before you, may there be moments like this one where all who are touched by your lives are filled with hope and joy. May the years be kind to you, and may the sweet goodness you already know grow deeper and stronger with the passing of time. You're about to participate in a modern version of an ancient ritual of circling. You'll each walk circles around each other, 7 circles in total, just as the Hebrew Bible tells us that the world was created in 7 days. These 7 circles figuratively represent the building of your relationship together, and hopefully will symbolize also the peace that's associated with the number 7 in your relationship. So if you'd like to take a step out. Very nice. As we are about to bless the two of you, Julie and Matthew, I would like to make mention of this beautiful chuppah that Matthew actually built himself, which is really gorgeous. The chuppah in Jewish tradition symbolizes the home that the two of you will build together. May your home, like this chuppah, always be an open place. May your house never feel narrow. May it always be a place that the two of you return to after any of life's journeys, great or small, where you will return to a great love for one another. O God of all creation, bestow your blessings upon Matthew and Julie as they unite their lives in marriage. Cause them to thrive in their lives together. Teach them to share life's joys and trials and to grow in understanding and devotion. May love and companionship abide within their home, and may they grow together in health and contentment, ever grateful to you for the union of their lives. If you're familiar with the Jewish blessing or gratitude, we'll join together and sing Shehecheyanu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehecheyanu v'kiyavanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has blessed us with life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this most wonderful occasion. We'll now say a special Kiddush. Followed by a blessing called Birkat Erusin, which is the special blessing over the sanctification of marriage. The two of you then will drink from this cup, which is symbolic of the cup of life, and is also the cup that belongs to your parents, and symbolizes a connection to the tradition in your family of loving marriage. As you share from this cup, you'll undertake to share all that the future may bring. All of life's sweetnesses should be sweeter because you drink from this cup together, and whatever drops of bitterness life should contain will be less bitter because you share these things. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al mitzvot shebein adam lechavero, v'zimein shnei b'nei adam yachdav, lihyot tevekim ze b'zeh be'ahava, v'lehiyot lebasar echad al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who creates the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, God, sovereign of the universe, whose commandments add holiness to our lives, whose will guides our behavior in all aspects of our relationships. who brings one human being to cleave to another in love, so that they become as one flesh, through the rituals of this sacred rite of marriage. Blessed are you, God, who sanctifies your children through these rituals of marriage. Julie and Matthew, you've chosen an interesting time in the Jewish calendar to get married. We are in a period in the Hebrew calendar called Sfirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer, which traditionally Jews count or ritually acknowledge each of the 49 days following the holiday of Passover until we reach Shavuot. Why is this relevant on your wedding day? Well, as it turns out, Kabbalists in the 16th century assigned each day of each week a special characteristic that exists in the human world as well as in the heavenly realm as well. There are 7 of these characteristics, and so since there are 49 days in the Omer, 7 days and 7 weeks, each of these characteristics being each of these weeks being assigned to one characteristic, and then each individual day in the week assigned to a characteristic. The Kabbalists say that on each day, those 2 characteristics are married to each other. The Hebrew words of today's day are hod and tiferet. The Hebrew word hod means beauty, but it's so much more than just the kind of beauty that we think of. Hod represents the determination and perseverance born of deep inner commitment. It's the inner force that allows us to realize our life goals. Hod is about recognizing beauty in our world, and acknowledging that beauty is the basic root of the word hoda'ah, which means gratitude. Tiferet in Hebrew also comes in its most basic form to mean beauty. But, like Hod, it is so much more than just a superficial beauty. It's the kind of beauty associated with human compassion, fostering harmony and finding balance, either internally or with a partner. What I'm trying to say is that whether or not you knew this coming into this day, you picked a pretty awesome day to get married. Jewish tradition would fully affirm your choice. So it's my hope that the blessings associated with these ideas of Hod and Tiferet, this union of ideas, of finding beauty both in an expressions of gratitude, and gratitude for each other and having each other as partners, and also the beauty of finding harmony as partners with each other will be with you all the days of your married life. Matthew and Julie, the last time we were in my office together preparing for this special day, I mentioned that I wanted to hear from both of you about the things that make your relationship special. And in that moment, Matthew asked if it could be in the form of a haiku. And sure enough, Julie, when I read it, I also discovered that it's a brilliant haiku in that I can say it as if it is coming from him, and it still works as a haiku even if you were reading it as if it was coming directly from him. So his haiku says, "Your meeting online was not an accident. He loves you so much." Julie, Matthew says it feels like so long ago that you've known each other, even though your lives are just beginning. He's not sure of the exact moment he fell in love with you, but he's certain that it happened while you were chatting, and when he was in Idaho and you were still here in Texas. By the time he got to Texas and met you in person, he already loved you. He said he could tell, even from 1,600 miles away, that you are one of a kind, his perfect complement, and the person that he wants to share his life with. Matthew, Julie explained that the fact that you were hundreds of miles away from each other in the beginning of your relationship made her desire to get to know you even stronger. She said that the hours she spent on the phone with you were some of the best hours of her life. She also said that she is pretty sure that she fell in love with you sometime before you moved to Texas. And once you were here, you responded with a calmness and steadiness and said, "I love you too, Jewel." She knew that you were perfect for her. And that sense of calm and steadiness is one of the things she loves most about you. Julie also loves you for so many other reasons. Your kindness, your sensitivity, your loyalty, your confidence and your patience, your sense of humor. She loves that you love her family and how you want to be included with her family when they get together. She loves how you love your family. She loves that you're always there for her no matter what craziness is going on. She loves how you can talk through things together and that you seem to grow stronger together even after conflict. She loves your smile and your blue eyes. She loves how certain she is about being with you forever. She feels like she can totally be herself around you. She loves the person you are and the person that she is when she's with you. Julie. Matthew says there are so many things that he loves about you. He says he adores your compassion and kindness for everyone. You have a tremendous sense of family that he greatly appreciates. And he loves the generosity you show towards others that you don't even know. He loves how you bolster his weakness and highlight his strengths. One of his favorite things is to hear you laugh. He explained that the other night he was sitting in another room doing his homework, and it warmed his heart to hear you laugh at whatever it is that made you laugh. He loves your smile, and he loves when you are happy. He says your happiness flows out of you and is terribly infectious. He sees joy especially in your eyes. They sparkle and twinkle with your happiness. Julie, Matthew says that his promises to you on this day are simple. He promises to love you to the end. He promises to always make sure that you know how special you are. He promises to be the best that he can be for you and for your future. He promises to always hold your hand when you go to sleep so that you don't ever drift apart. Matthew loves you so much, and he is so grateful that you found one another. And he's beyond excited about continuing your journey together. He knows that life can sometimes be difficult and unpredictable, but life is always so much more enjoyable with you. Matthew, on this day, your wedding day, Julie promises that she will try to be the best wife she can be for you. She promises to hear you when you speak. She promises to support you in your times of struggle and to take care of you when you're sick. She promises to treat you with kindness. She promises to laugh with you, to cry with you. She promises to be faithful and love you unconditionally. She promises to see the beauty in your souls and to treasure that always. She very much looks forward to a life full of happiness with you. She can't wait to make a million new memories with you by her side. She feels truly blessed to call you her husband. The source of all life, we ask for your blessings for Matthew and Julie. We pray that the sacred commitment of this, their wedding day, will sustain them all the days of their lives. May the love that binds them be strong and lasting, and their hearts filled with patience and understanding. May they fashion a home worthy of praise, a secure refuge from life's storms, where they can find wholeness and peace. May the love of Julie and Matthew inspire and bless their family, their friends, and everyone who's with you today. We say together, Amen. For the rings. The rabbis of old had a concept of anatomy that we now know to be incorrect, but their understanding was that that the most direct way from a person's hand to their heart in the exchange of rings was in their right index finger. So for the purpose of this ritual of exchange of rings, you'll each place each other's ring, at least at the very beginning, on your right index finger, and then you'll switch it right after. So you're good to go. Switch it to the finger that you're going to wear.
Okay.
In the presence of God in this assembly, do you, Matthew, take Julie to be your wife, to love, to honor, and cherish?
I do.
And take the ring and place it on her finger.
On this one?
On that one.
Okay.
First. Repeat after me. Hooray.
Hooray.
At.
At.
Mikudeshet.
Tikashet.
Li.
Li.
Tabaat.
Atawa.
Zo.
Zo.
Kedat.
Kedat.
Moshe.
Moshe.
V'Yisrael.
Israel.
Means you consecrated
Consecrated
to me
to me
as my wife, in keeping with
keeping with
the tradition
the tradition
of Moses
of Moses
and Israel.
and Israel.
You'll put that on your right, on the right finger. No, the finger is supposed to go on. On your left ring.
Okay.
Yes. And now in front of God in this assembly, do you, Julie, take Matthew to be your husband, to love, to honor, and to cherish?
I do.
So you'll-
I do.
Take the ring and put it on Matthew's right index finger. Repeat after me. Hare,
Hare,
Ata,
Ata,
Mikudash,
Mikudash,
Li,
Li,
Betabaat,
Matabaat,
Zo,
Zo,
Lamor,
Lamor,
Ani,
Ani,
Lidodi,
Ledodi,
Vidodi,
Ledodi,
Li.
Li.
Which means be consecrated
Be consecrated
to me
to me
as my husband
as my husband
with this ring,
with this ring,
saying,
saying,
I
I
and my beloved's,
am my beloved,
and my beloved is mine. We'll continue now with the traditional 7 blessings for marriage. These blessings express our gratitude for God, for our lives, for the sanctity of marriage, and again, the number 7 symbolizes being complete and finding completion with each other. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol bara likvodo. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yazar et ha'adam b'tzomo, b'tzelem demutav nito, v'hitkin lo mimenu binyan adei. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'adam. Sos tasis v'tagel Zion, v'kibutz baneha l'tocha v'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai, v'sameach Zion, v'baneha. Sameach v'samach re'imha, v'samechecha yitzircha, v'gan eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai, v'sameach chatan, v'chala. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha, katan v'chala. Hilarina ditza b'chedva, ahava v'achava, shalom v'reut. Meher Adonai Eloheinu, yishama v'arei Yehuda. L'chutzot Yerushalayim, kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chatan v'kol kala, kol mitzadot chatanim v'chupatam, na'arim mishkeh v'kinatam. Baruch atah Adonai v'sameach chatan im hakala. We give thanks to you, O God, expressing our appreciation for life's sweetness. We give thanks to you, O God, realizing that we are deeply interconnected. May you find comfort in your similarities and celebrate the qualities which make you different. May you be inspired each day by the abundance and diversity of the world. And we give thanks to you, O God, recognizing and appreciating the blessings of being human. All people have the capacity for love, generosity, kindness, and compassion. May you express these qualities freely with each other and be blessed to receive them throughout your lives together. May rejoicing resound throughout the world. May we envision a world in which persecution and oppression cease for all God's children. From the source of all, we call forth an abundance of love to envelop this couple. May you be for each other true partners, companions, and friends. We give thanks to you, O God, as we highlight today joy and gladness, the bride and the groom, delight and cheer, love and harmony. May we all witness the day when the dominant sounds throughout the world will be the sounds of happiness, laughter, and celebration. Bless this marriage. May the bride and groom rejoice together always. As you have shared from this cup of joy and life, so may you, under God's guidance, share contentment, peace, and fulfillment from the cup of life. May you, Julie, and Matthew find life's joys heightened, and its bitterness is sweetened, and each of its moments hallowed by a true companionship and love. You may kiss And one more thing before you're done. Jewish tradition has usually a million reasons for doing everything we do as a part of the wedding ceremony. The interpretation I like best for smashing a glass is that the love of this couple should last as long as it takes every piece of this glass to be put back together again. So that means, as you were down there,